before then, it was very stressful. I wasn't eating properly, I wasn't sleeping properly, I was just cried every day. I was sort of shaking, having sort of panic attacks and anxiety, just crazy, you know, just things just come, you know, through you, don't they? It's like stress, basically. And I couldn't go to the shops. You know, there were certain shops I just could not go into, and even other ones, I'd be in there for 5 minutes, I'd walk around aimlessly and then walk out again and then think I'm going home. I struggled with work, and my main focus when I was sort of with somebody else was not to cry or not to, for want of a better word, sweat. So, and not look like, you know, there's something wrong with me. And it was just a nightmare, really. And I thought, when is this going to end? And I'm sleeping better. I wouldn't say I'm sleeping perfectly, but I'm sleeping better, and I'm eating better. My appetite's a bit more normal, and I also feel calmer in myself, and feel like I've got more space in my head, and more relaxed. Not totally relaxed, but more relaxed. I can actually listen to music now because I love music, but for months I couldn't listen to any because it just stressed me, it just upset me and made me think of different things that I didn't want to think about. But now I can listen to my favourite tracks without, you know, having a meltdown or anything. So that's good. And I've noticed that I'm sort of singing a bit more and dancing a bit more and smiling, really. And I've not done that for so long. And I feel like I'm in control of my life, and my life is going the way I want it to, rather than my thoughts controlling it, if you like. Today, I've been for an interview, even though I didn't get the job. My main focus on interviews in the past few months have been not to cry in front of the interviewer. Today, I was focusing on the interview, and apparently I did a brilliant interview. It just wasn't as good as somebody else's next time. So that, you know, I think that's progress. You know, just the fact that I don't have to do anything. I love the fact that I don't have to do anything, because all my life I've spent analysing things and analysing myself, you know, this behaviour, that thought, or why this person's doing this, or could I make it better if I did that. But now the fact that I can just I can just let it happen, and it seems to happen in the right way for me at that moment. And before then, I would plan. And now I just think I can relax and not worry. And all the thoughts that were going into my head, it never dawned on me that, I don't know why, but it never dawned on me that thoughts were sort of transient things that just came in and went again. And, you know, how you manage that sort of thing was whether you were feeling anxious or not. It never dawned on me that I could stop that, if you like, with really not doing anything, but just letting it pass. Because it's bizarre that, the inside out thing I'd never thought of before. But it makes sense once you sort of just let it. You don't necessarily have to understand it, but you just have to let it be. And then it starts to make sense. Because to begin with, I was trying to understand it, and then I thought, I'm not going to understand it. And it's not important that I understand it, it's just important that it happens and that I can feel the benefit of it. Whereas before, I always thought, I've got to understand everything. But now I don't care if I don't understand it. I don't care if I get all the intellectual stuff, and, I just can see a difference in myself. I was a bit, I'm not sure about this to begin with, because I'm only sort of doing temporary work here and there, so I've not really got a lot of money. And so I thought, oh, can I afford to pay this amount of money? And what if? And then I thought, if I get some benefit out of it, and if I feel better at the end of it, then it's money well spent. And the whole process is, it's been amazing. So I wouldn't hesitate on telling everybody else to just go for it. I just absolutely wouldn't. I was telling somebody yesterday, actually, that they need to have a look at it, because I think it's life-changing, because I feel so much calmer, and calmer than I have done for absolutely years. And it's brilliant, simple as.